Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Members Podcast. We got Christy on, one of our regulars, doesn't miss a beat, only misses a couple points in NBA every once in a while. And then John from that beloved family tree, the Stanley Montgomery tree, on this, and definitely sporting, ironically, I guess he just kind of got lucky that St. Patrick's Day. So
this is my everyday outfit. It's St. Patrick's Day today? Oh, my goodness.
Didn't even realize, right?
No, not at all.
So we'll probably have some updates along the way because we got the championship game of the World Baseball Classic on right now. Still 0-0, top of the second. But I do want to start off with a couple of topics. We'll get to the World Baseball Classic, but a couple of topics. We'll start in the what they call the association. So we're not going to talk about anything directly at Philly. We didn't have representative about an hour ago, so they trashed, which is fine. But I do want to talk about, we briefly touched on last week the Atlanta Hawks with their Magic City night that didn't happen. Well, technically, part of it did happen still. Apparently they had sold some sweatshirts, and they sold like 3 of them. They immediately sold out, and they actually did distribute them, and people wore them, and people made their own stuff. So last night they had 18,000 people in the stands. They're on a 10-game winning streak, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people sporting Magic City gear. There was one lady said that she was able to get one of the sweatshirts but wasn't able to wear it. She was she's been a long-time season ticket holder, and has decent seats in a certain wellness section, and was told, do not wear it. I think they went in further, but she wasn't happy. I'm like, sure. But I can only imagine how much one of those sweatshirts would actually go for. But people are going nuts for them. Apparently they're 300 before they stop. Before I could,
check out eBay. Yeah. Check out eBay. I bet they're all over there.
I would love to see one. I would rep one just for the story every time for
it. Yeah, seriously. How does that get by? Like somebody in the higher ups, though? How do you let something like that happen? That was a strip club, right? Magic City. That's what I mean. How
it's a chain, I think, from what I understand.
Yeah, I just don't. I get it, if they have good food, but what made you think that was a great idea? Like, what made you think this is going to go over well with the NBA? I just don't, boggles my mind. People get paid a lot of money to make those decisions and then come up with that. It's crazy.
Yeah, you can't have sponsors that are like cigarettes. You can't do it like alcohol like that. So there's no way that this was going to fly.
Yeah, how's that going to work?
All props to them. I mean, maybe they got what they were really looking for, is just a little bit of, I can't think of the word.
Publicity, notoriety.
Yeah, and a little bit of rebellious actions there. But it packed the house. They ended up getting a packed house. I mean, I think at the beginning of the year, they probably had half as many people at their games as they are now. And I still don't know why they've won 10 in a row, but more props to them. Those are wins.
They won big in that Trae Young trade. That's why they're doing as well as they are right now. They got some young cats on there that are just balling.
They do. And I mean, I think Jalen Johnson's an amazing player.
But another Jalen? What?
Yeah. Yeah. All the Jalens. Like, we don't have enough of those. This one doesn't have an oversized head or anything like that. So he gets a pass.
Who was the original Jalen? Jalen Rose? Are we saying Jalen Rose? The original Jalen?
I think so. I think he's listed as the
OJ. The OJ? The original Jalen?
But let's stay on basketball and talk about tourney, because that's all I focused on last week was championship week. I want to know what odds you're giving some of these teams. Who we got as a Final Four? And before you start talking, I wanted to give you a topic that maybe could take a couple of minutes, because I did want to display exactly what I'm going to do while you're doing that. I went ahead and I got myself a couple of Boston cream toaster strudels. And I would like to mention I was wrong on the time in the air fryer. It is not 8 minutes, it is 4.
Okay.
4 minutes for 2 of these together. Pretty sure that's a decent use of your time for something like that. John, I'll start with you. What do you got as give me some inside info on the NCAA basketball tournament? Somebody to watch, your Final Four, and your champion. And producer can mute me if I'm too loud with munching.
I'll just go by our Clashing Conferences bracket that I did. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about college, but I think my Final Four, it ended up being Michigan, Arizona, Houston, and Virginia. Wait, no, Duke. Duke was in there because Duke, Arizona, Houston, and Virginia, I believe. And I have Arizona beating Duke in the championship by 5, I believe. But that's my lucky guess. I do think I think I picked Penn with an upset over Illinois. I think that was just for some. But I mean, just going through and just looking at the projections and the odds from like the site, just like a lot of them were like 80-20, 90-10, and it was hard for me to like try to decipher what teams I wanted to decide who were going to have any upsets. But I went with Arizona winning the whole thing. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot, but I'm hopefully walking away with a big old chain here from the Clashing Conferences after I win this bracket tourney.
Ooh, I will say that unfortunately, the winner of this tournament doesn't get any notoriety, from what I understand.
Oh,
I know that
I'll make my own.
I know that as a past winner, I'm sporting my winnings right now.
A whole lot of nothing.
Bragging rights. All bragging rights.
Well, what do
How's
you
that
got,
strudel,
Christy?
by the way?
Unreal. Boston cream toaster strudel is ridiculous.
Better in air fryer or toaster?
I'd say air fryer, because I think the toaster you got to go in and like flip it. The air fryer you really don't.
You get it crispy in the air fryer.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so soft and pillowy on the inside.
Not a Pop-Tart. Not a Pop-Tart.
It's true.
That's all I gotta say. Well, Paul, I told you a little bit in the NBA pod. I'm pulling for Carolina to make it through 3 rounds. I want to see him make it through 3. After that, I would love to put him up there further, but I don't have a whole lot of faith. And then I definitely agree with Arizona. I was definitely a Wildcats fan back in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were a team that was big as well. So I used to rep them back then, along with the Tar Heels. And like I said, anyone but Duke. I don't care. Anyone but Duke and Michigan. I kind of, being this close to Michigan and being a Tar Heels fan, I just, this is my favorite thing in the entire world to do.
Well,
The infamous timeout.
Yep.
There's, with Jalen, again, Jalen Rose on that team. So, anybody but Duke first, Michigan second. So I'm good with anything like that.
I'm going to see if I can remember it. I'm going to work this into a conversation with Corey Dickinson this week if he shows up. That I think if he's going to start talking, he's definitely a friend of the pod for sure. But big Michigan fan, so I'm going to have to give him a timeout at some point, like
Please
a blatant timeout, and see.
I do it every time a Michigan guy walks in. I'm like, hey, and they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, I'll never ever forget that. I'll throw that to every Michigan fan I see.
I like some of the parts of both of your Final Fours. I was taken back today when I saw Tom Crean on ESPN actually picked Virginia in the Final Four as well. I thought that's a little far-fetched, but as long as I don't know how I feel about that. I got a couple of UVA grads in my neighborhood, and I guess I really don't need to hear it that much from them, but all I'm going to say, they can make the Final Four because, like, look, dude, you're the one that broke the streak. You're the ones that lost to a 16 seed first. That's unbelievable, unacceptable. Not only that, but they also have the worst loss in college basketball history.
Really?
Worst loss in college basketball history. They went
How
out to
many
the Maui.
points?
They went to the Maui Invitational about 50 years ago. Number one ranked Virginia with Ralph Sampson, and lost to the home team, Division II Chaminade. Number one in the country, lost to Division II Chaminade.
Wow.
They have the two worst losses in the history of basketball. That's a lot of games. So,
bragging rights you don't want to have.
Yeah, bet you didn't know you were going to get trivia night with that little
No,
nugget,
I
did
had
you?
no idea that was coming.
Yeah. I actually I do like Arizona, and that's who I have cutting down the nets. On paper, I think they look better than anybody. They are very young, so that's the only thing that makes me a little bit leery is just the experience there. But they're a fun team to watch, and they started off like 23-0 and were number one for like 9 weeks or something like that. I think they're great, and actually, up until last weekend, I thought Florida was going to be up there competing for it again. I do have them picked in the Final Four as of now. I haven't completed all my brackets, but there is definitely going to be those two in the Final Four. I'm also leaning where you took UVA. I'm going to take Iowa State, I believe. I think they are very underrated. They are a veteran team, and they're healthy. A lot of these teams, which health is a big aspect, and I think that's why I'm actually not really worried about Duke, which is dumb to say because then I just spoke it into existence, a championship into existence. But they're missing two starters. And of their starting five, they are the fourth and fifth best players, but you're still missing two of your starters, and it showed over the weekend when they played Florida State and even UVA. That was over the weekend, sucked so much ass. It was unbelievable. So Florida State loses to Duke 79-80. Right after that, the very next day, same night, Carolina loses to Clemson 80-79. Exact same score, and it couldn't go on any freaking worse. So I've been pretty sour ever since then. So I feel pretty good about the way Duke is going into the tournament. I also, for any of the analysts, half of them don't even have Duke in the Final Four. So that's really all that matters to me. I said it in the NBA pod, and I'll say it again. I will sacrifice the championship for my Tar Heels until I die, as long as Duke doesn't win it. That's all that matters.
That's a diehard fan right there.
Yeah.
That's a diehard fan.
And when I'm looking at the brackets, even though Duke is the number one overall seed, I think they definitely have the hardest road to the Final Four. They've got some bangers in there. They got to go against St. John's. They got to go against Kansas. You got UConn in there. And there's like at least one other team I'm missing too. But like it's a gauntlet that even if things go crazy, they're still going to have to just literally put in some serious work. So I'm happy about that. But I think health is going to be a big factor, I think, this year. Some of the preseason and some of the recent favorites are having some health issues, and I think it's really going to affect it. So we'll see what happens. The greatest day of the year does happen in 2 days on the 19th. So I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Leaving here tomorrow at 11 a.m., heading up to that. And trust me, this is the only reason I would come to that state because, good Lord, you people.
And Harry's.
Yeah, that's where, Mike couldn't even tell me where his house was today. He doesn't know how to, because there's two addresses in the same city, and he doesn't have a clue or any point of, any sense of direction to tell me which one is which, and just said, just meet me at Harry's. I'm like, I'm going to get there.
Easy enough.
I'm going to get there before 4:00. I don't know if I need Harry's that soon. I plan to stake out there tomorrow night in the evening for a little fine dining of hot dogs. But other than that, I don't know if 4:00's got it there for me.
It's a little early.
But let's pivot a little bit to some current events here. Talk a little bit about the World Baseball Classic. So, want to see what kind of surprises you guys saw. One of anything that you thought was just glorious, whether it be a team or a single play, and what you thought about the Final Four and then the final game. I'll kind of kick it off with I think it was kind of a surprise that Japan didn't get as far as they did.
Yeah.
I also think that the Dominican possibly got completely screwed at the very end. Um,
Yeah.
by that last pitch that was like 4 inches below the strike zone with two
Yeah.
outs and a
He
guy on
he was
third.
calling it low. He was calling it low all night though.
I
both
mean, there
ways.
were a lot of questionable.
Yeah, low and outside was getting
Yeah.
called all night long. So
I kept my
yeah,
mouth
it was a
shut.
ball, but yeah,
I kept my mouth shut. I didn't want to be that salty Dominican fan that was like, "Oh, you're just saying that because you were going for the DR." I was like, "That was a terrible call."
yeah, it wasn't a strike by any means.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Yeah.
he was calling it low
I mean,
all night long.
that was a fun game. That was an exciting game. Julio's robbing Aaron Judge just made my year. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to say I don't care if the Mariners only win 2 games this season, but watching Julio rob Aaron of that home run just made my night. I was like,
I saw that. I saw that live, and on the replay, I did enjoy that a little bit as well. I mean, I'm never one to root for the evil empire, but Judge carried. First time I've ever seen somebody carry their bat all the way to first, and then also carry it right back to the dugout.
Yep, there you go, sir.
He got almost
right
to
back
first
with
base, almost to first base before he dropped it as he was just gazing at it. And I mean, one more foot. I mean, it probably went 400 and some feet. One more foot, and it would have been out of reach.
Yep.
So I mean, that was
Julio barely. I'm gonna stop you on that one. I loved it when I saw it happen live, and then the replay, I was like, Julio had so much more in him, so he could have robbed that another 2 feet at least. He didn't even climb up the wall or anything. Not that, I love me some J-Rod, and that's my man, and that's the no-fly zone and all that fun stuff, and I grabbed my husband. I was like, check out this catch, and he's like, that wasn't that great, and then I watched the replay, and I'm like, yeah, Julio could have did a lot more, robbed a way better home run than that one, so I don't think Aaron was getting that from Julio.
Yeah, that didn't sound like a biased opinion whatsoever. You were very modest in that analogy.
You've seen Julio's highlights. You know what that man can do in the outfield. Like, that was barely like any effort given to rob that home run. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but he's got a lot more in him. Not biased.
I was gonna say Judge had that beeline throw the other night too. That was nice. From right, that was a hell of a throw.
He had
a nice grab.
Yeah, on a rope. On a rope. Yeah, yeah. I think it was it Tatis that was going there?
I think it was Tatis.
Yeah. Right. That was
got him on that one. That one hurt.
Do we consider Italy a Cinderella team? I mean, I looked at the roster and I'm like, there's some good baseball players on there. It doesn't have like the stacked roster at every position, but I don't remember Italy ever doing anything or even making it to out of the group stage.
So one player on that team is actually Italian born. All of the rest are American born for that entire roster. But then they were saying the coach bought a van and is driving around Italy and trying to like prospect people and is trying to turn Italy into a baseball loving country. So good on him. Like,
yeah, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to see baseball grow. Like we've talked about, with the potential for next year not having baseball. I'd love to see baseball grow in other countries and become as big as it is here in our pastime. So that made me happy, but I just thought it was insane that there's only actually one Italian-born player on the Italian baseball team.
That's insane.
Yeah, what was the shenanigans about somebody who was like, what city was he born in? Italy? It's like Scottsdale. I don't remember who that player was.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
That's the Dominican team. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, his mom's Dominican and he was born in Scottsdale. It happens.
That's great.
Well, I can tell you this. It looks like we could be losing here in about, right now.
Yeah.
We're down 1-0.
Seems like there's a lot of Venezuelan fans there too. A whole lot. It was loud when they got introduced earlier.
Yeah. And that team is a lot more stacked. And that was not one of the ones that I really mentioned when we were kind of prefacing the World Baseball Classic. I was even looking at Puerto Rico a little bit. I completely discarded Venezuela. And Venezuela to me looks ferocious.
Yeah.
They got a couple
Really
Brewers
good.
on there. I know people here were cheering for Venezuela. Yep, and now they're up.
And I think
Yeah,
they're going to
one
be doing, since they played last night, I think they're going to have like it's going to be a relief game for them, or a bullpen game for them.
For sure. Yeah, it's going to come down to pitching for sure.
Another run against us, it might be a bullpen game for us too.
Yeah. That's the truth.
It'll
be a good one.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
Now that now that some of the dust has settled from free agency and it is now technically a new NFL year, how's everybody's teams look after all that running around? And are you positioned better for the draft, or did you sacrifice the draft a bit to fill some voids right now?
I mean, I think with the Birds, it's always the same. They're always set up for the draft. I like the Hollywood Brown pickup today. He's going to be a nice complimentary wide receiver if they end up keeping AJ Brown, which in the long run, I live in the city. I listen to sports talk radio. I feel like 95% of this AJ Brown stuff is just made up to get like a rise out of people. Like everything, it changes. It does a 180 every day. One day he's getting traded. The next day, this team's interested. Next day, this team isn't interested. And what is it now? The Broncos are interested. I think today I saw the Pats are back to being interested. But overall, I think we're basically in the same shape we were last year. You know what I mean? Got some holes to fill that were in the draft and everything, but I think we'll be decent as of right now on paper. You know, obviously the draft and get some key other position players. You know, I think just by signing Goddard the other day, I think it said they opened up like $40 million in cap space this year for him. So maybe go out, get a couple of those guys that are still out there on the free agent market, but we'll see. It's still early. Well, we definitely need some line help in the draft, defensive and offensive, and yeah, we'll see. It's still early.
Well, before I go to you, Christy, I would like to crap on him a little bit before you do that. I don't think I'm a big fan of Hollywood Brown, but I don't think he didn't show me anything on the Chiefs last year. I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be like Randy Moss, like it's just throw it up and I'll run on it and don't worry about it. And that really didn't happen. He doesn't seem like he's much of a route guy.
I think he's. I mean, he's not, you know, the be all end all, but I think he's an upgrade over Dotson for sure. I mean, Dotson is good, but I think Hollywood Brown's probably a little faster, maybe a little better hands. I don't know, but like I said, it's hard to know or have an opinion because we're getting a whole new offense, so it's hard to tell what they're going to be doing. And sounds like they're going to want to run the ball a lot, so maybe he won't be that big of a key in the offense. We'll see.
Well, I mean, they were like when they talked about him, they're like, "Oh, well, we lost Jahan Dotson to the Falcons," which I don't think that was a huge loss, anyways. But if that's what you're trying to replace, hey, I think you did that. I mean,
yeah,
I hope
exactly.
I mean, I hope he trips and falls and some sort of Mortal Kombat fatality becomes him, but because he plays for the Birds now. But I think you definitely replaced Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, And just re-signing Goddard too. I think having that other pass catcher. We had the guy we signed from the Jags, and we signed Calcaterra again, I guess, and it was just like, what are we doing here? Like we're losing the guy that led the league with tight end touchdowns last year. Like, but thankfully we brought him back. So, like I said, it's all up in the air right now with all this new stuff happening. So we'll see where it goes.
Well, I wish you all the worst. Christy,
Thank you.
what's Tennessee looking like? I know there's been a lot of pickups, including a coach.
Complete coaching overhaul. I mean, obviously with Sala and Dable, and I know how I felt about Sala being with the 49ers. I really liked him over there, and I didn't hate him when he was coaching the Jets. Obviously, he hasn't had the greatest luck as a head coach. We'll see with that. I mean, I saw that Mitch Trubisky is now a Titan. I don't know how I feel about that. And we'll just leave that one right there. But I mean, it's gonna depend on draft. I mean, having Robinson there for Cam to throw to is a nice addition. But we'll just see if there's a line in front of him to give him more than 0.2 seconds to make a decision and get the ball out, and we'll go from there. I mean, it can only get better, right? When you suck as bad as my team does.
You got those cool new uniforms now too. I'm liking them.
I know. Yeah, give my team some of the sickest uniforms in the NFL, but then let's learn how to win a game first, okay?
What I saw was funny was like your entire coaching staff all bald, and then somebody was like, "Look, they even made the mascot or the emblem bald now, because they took away like the little whatever was behind it, so now it's just the circle itself. So now it's bald like everybody else." I thought that was funny. I think it'll be very interesting to see what your team looks like on a football field in September.
Mm-hmm.
So many new pieces, and you're right. If Cam Ward doesn't have the time, he's going to get killed. He's not going to develop, and he's going to be a cast-off like how it used to be. Like with, that's how they did with Bryce Young after his first year, and then gave him a little bit of help, and all of a sudden, an extra second and a half is a world of difference. So first thing you got to do, trust me, I know enough about protecting your quarterback. Ours nickname should be Glass Joe. He's like Samuel Jackson's character from Unbreakable. Ridiculous.
Mr. Glass.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So I think that's really going to be a key this year. You got Pat Mahomes coming back, and he is not in the business of getting hit, and he is not trying to get hit this year. So I think quarterback coverage is going to be, one of the biggest factors of success this year. I know defense always wins the championships, but I think you're going to see somebody that has a quarterback that gets enough time. If he still sucks after that, then he sucks. But that's what you got. You got to protect the quarterbacks now. It's crazy that you even still say that as much as what the NFL has done to put, wrap them in pillows as there is already. But still, second you take one step forward, you're a runner, and all bets are off. And so, there's not as many brand new pocket passing quarterbacks as, coming out of the draft. No matter where they're coming from, they're still mobile a little bit. And the second you start moving, you change from a quarterback to a runner, and all bets are off. So, yeah. So, I did want to pivot back to basketball one last time. I forgot about this. So I saw, after 2 days, I saw the commissioner of the Big 12 trying to defend the LED glass floor that they had for the Big 12 basketball championship. I'm pretty sure by the producer's look, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. It was 100 foot. The entire court was glass, and it was like something you'd see at like the Olympic opening ceremonies or something crazy like that. So, when players are on one side of the court, they've got steps and stuff like this coming up and down on the whole other side. Unfortunately, it's glass, and when glass gets wet, it becomes slippery. So every team that lost, the first thing they did was completely crap on how the conditions of it. It didn't look like crap for everybody, but they literally come out there with Windex during timeouts and things, and Windex wipe it down so it's squeaky clean. So it's not just wiping off moisture, squeaky clean. I can't imagine it was very cheap. So I think the Big 12 championship, I think it started on Wednesday. Can't remember if it ended on Sunday or Saturday. Either way, lo and behold, the basketball guys left a full hardwood court on in that stadium for the weekend. So they absolutely completely ditched it after the first couple of days. The Big 12 commissioner, super old school guy, kind of surprised that he was so all over how awesome it was, but he was. He was like a little kid coming home with this crappy project that he made, showing his parents and how proud he was, and them looking at like, damn, this thing sucks. That's exactly what it was. Like everybody hated it. It had a different texture, like the ball bounces different. Again, you were slipping all over the place. And one guy, and I'm not co-signing this, but one guy says he was getting a migraine from the lights and the reflection off of it.
Ah, come on now. I don't know about that. I get to slip in the migraines a little much.
Yeah, no, the slipping was legit. After that, after like the city courts on the for the in-game tournament for the NBA, you can live through those, and nobody said anything about that. Besides the fact they're ugly, you don't have. There's no way that the court's going to be a distraction.
No,
So,
it shouldn't be.
I thought it was cool. It's not gonna. It's absolutely is going to come back again at some point. But then I saw it was funny after they ditched it. Somebody made a meme of it, and it was like 1128-inch TV. Porch pickup only.
That's hilarious.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
But it looked cool. It did look pretty cool. And, obviously the whole thing is LED, and you could do whatever you want, any part of it that you want. So I think that I've seen
it's
that.
Cool idea.
Yeah. Maybe do that, like try it out in like a preseason tournament, not the conference tournament at the end of the year. And this
when
is
everything matters.
Right. Yeah, and this is the
Let's
best
pick the
conference.
biggest time besides actual tournament time and test this out.
And they have the best basketball conference too. They have 1 seed and 2 seeds. So I'm like, why you got to mess this up? So I mean, I guess it was good for the teams that were really good because they didn't have to be on there the first couple of days. But I know Iowa State, they were on there one day, and the team they beat, which they beat by like 40, started just baptizing this thing. It was just terrible. They were just crucifying it. But they were like, what are the odds? Iowa State didn't have a problem with it while they doubled you up. You had 40 and they had 80. But I thought that was interesting. I think those kind of things are definitely going to happen again. But I think maybe a little bit of research and development is due. Maybe let's put it out there
and error
try
first.
it. Yeah, actually put it out there and pretend to do it for just making it a pipe dream and be like, yeah, it sounds like a pretty good idea. And then just go for it. So
do it for like the tip-off tournaments or something, or the something like that. Not when the games mean a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. For the most part, that's the end of my topics. I'm gonna go into a little lamer game, but I do want to open it up for anything that's burning on your mind, anything burning sports related or not. Care less. We got all kinds of crazy stuff in our personal lives going on.
I was going to say right now, besides the World Baseball Classic, just the lull and getting ready for baseball season, the draft, summertime, just the anticipation.
Don't talk to me about summertime, John. I got 30 inches of snow outside.
Oh, yeah. I saw those pictures, which is wild. Is it still snowing, or is it finally?
No,
did it finally stop?
It's done, and now our issue. And I didn't say this earlier. I should have thought of this earlier. We were talking on the other pod. With all the snow that we have, and it got like this huge layer of ice. All of our drains outside are blocked right now, and it's supposed to be like in the 50s in 2 days. So now I have 30 inches of snow that needs to melt and go somewhere. So we had to go, like, we know where the drains are, thankfully, and like dig them out so that when everything's, and then it's supposed to rain on top of that. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great.
Oh, it's just going to be
Yeah.
Flood nonstop.
It's going to be March Madness times 2. I'm going to have hundreds of people in this bar going crazy with my back patio flooding because there's no drainage for 3 feet of snow to go. But other than that, yeah, I hope USA pulls off the World Baseball Classic. That'd be great. That'd be awesome to have. Since the DR team isn't there for me anymore, and I guess I have to root for Team USA. I'm hoping Miami pulls off the win against Mike's Hornets tonight. They're down by like 6 right now. Third quarter, I think, just ended, but we'll move forward. And then, yeah, I'm excited for baseball season. I'm ready. I'm ready for baseball. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for warmer weather and to just get at it. And then playoff time for NBA. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Christy, I know that you are a Carolina fan like myself, but I think you were pretty generous with your predictions for them this weekend. There's some things that I'm going to show here, and I'm showing it this weekend because I'm just going to look like an idiot if they go out and don't make it to the second weekend here. So I got a couple of things to showcase. Did he get trivia with it? Did he, being myself? Did he digs? It's just trivia.
I'm still waiting for where the dig is.
Well, I didn't say it was like supposed to be a dig. It rhymes. I didn't know, but like the players don't get paid enough, but they have like these little like NIL fan boxes that you can buy where for each team, and it's not just like basketball or football, it's for all the different teams and the co-ed too. So some of the women's teams, they sign just different memorabilia and stuff like that. So you pay like $150 and they give you a box of stuff. You get like a poster, like a little autographed floorboard, some other kind of like trinkets and things. So while I didn't get one of those boards or one of those whole boxes myself, because I saw some of the things you could get and some were pretty unappealing to myself, I went with what I know. And so I picked up part of an RJ Davis fan box. And so what I got was an autographed floorboard piece. And then it comes with a tumbler. That was awesome.
That is awesome.
I was pretty happy about that. I was contemplating giving it to my son for his birthday, but then I decided I wanted it. And then when I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh my God, that's so sick." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I probably should have given it. My bad." But, he doesn't drink coffee. He's not going to, I don't know. He wouldn't do anything with it, but he would still have loved it. So, but that's only part of it. Like last week, there's a little thing and a bigger thing. So in honor of some of my Tar Heels who have made a difference before, I also have a Ty Lawson autographed jersey as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
That's nice.
I'm not even going to ask because those are both going to be gains. Nobody's going to have to say nobody's saying squat about that.
Triple gain right there, Paul.
Save your breath.
So that's all I got. I really look forward to seeing be able to hopefully have good stories from the next couple of days here. Christy, I wish nothing more than for you to transport over here and just be beamed up and come straight down
I wish
into
I could.
Philadelphia.
I wish I could.
I really would.
Come on over.
And
July.
vice versa. And
My plan is
vice
July.
versa.
All-Star game in July. That's my plan. I'm going to come spend a couple days in Philly in July. So,
and vice versa. If we could come there and get snowed in at your bar for 4 days, I'm sure we would be just fine there.
I would make sure you guys are well fed and that the drinks keep flowing for sure.
I'm pretty sure everyone that would come, that's literally the basic requirements. Or those are like the maximum requirements, not minimum. That's maximum. We would probably settle for a whole lot less. But yeah. We know it would be a gracious time for sure. So I appreciate the offer, and hopefully we'll be able to take you up on that. And I hope you get a good taste of what Philly fandom is like too. So wipe a couple smiles off your face when we start talking about it, so then you can actually put live experiences to the things I say. But going to be a good time. Going to be a good time no matter what. And again, next couple of days is going to be for me the greatest 4 days of the year for me. So I'm looking forward to my trip tomorrow. Be seeing you there, John, and some others, and the other 19 family members you have.
Oh yeah, all of them.
You guys should all just live in like a holler, like in West Virginia when they have like
A
hollers.
compound. We can get a compound too.
Yeah, you're all within yelling distance.
I mean, we basically are for the most part.
Yeah.
Nobody's far. I'm
Yeah.
the farthest, I think.
Yeah, if you were just back with your parents, you'd be closer to everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to make any military analogies this time, but I will say that we're going to go ahead and land this plane safely, all aboard safely. Great time tonight. I appreciate you guys showing up, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Peace.